Hello my viewers. Okay, back at it again here. What I have here are two breakers. One's a 30, one's a 20, but that's not really the biggest difference. The one on the left is a square D built for the Homeline series breaker panels. The one on the right is General Electric. It worked on the other square D box, but it will not work on this Homeline. Now if you look at it really good, they look very similar. They look like they should work, okay, on the same panel and everything, right, at first glance. But you know, when you really try to go and use these, plug them into the Homeline panel, I'll show you what happens. First we'll start with the square D that's made for the Homeline series breaker panel. And so it clips in, okay, you know, pretty simple like that, right? And then it clicks in here, see, just like that, where the blade from the bus bar is fully engaged into the clips. However, if you try to use this GE breaker, it will grab in to the back side, and it will normally line up to where the blade catches. However, okay, so when you go to click this in like that, okay, see, it does not fully engage with the blade, such as the square D. In fact, if you look at it, it's not lined up or anything properly. It is just so close to fitting properly, but not quite. As a matter of fact, it might even work for a while until it burns up or something. You cannot really use the anything other than the square D for Homeline on this Homeline box. So unfortunately, it's out of the question. I'm placing that 30 amp for the water heater down here, okay? And there's a reason for it. It's mainly so that I have another slot open down here in the event that the water heater gets replaced from a 120 volt to a 240 volt, which is very possible. So that way, not really dead-ending the possibility of that happening. Yeah, it's a shame that the breakers from the other panel didn't work on this new panel, but that's okay. It kind of allows me to start all fresh with new breakers on the new panel, and that way I don't have to second guess any of the breakers are from the old panel. I want to let you know too that I do appreciate all your views, the comments, the likes, everything that you do for me. It really helps me out a lot to be able to regrow this channel into something almost that it was when I was doing HVAC videos. Thank you very much. Well, as it turned out, I bought one of the breakers I got was the wrong one. So, that's got to go back. So that means I'm going to have to tie this into another breaker for right now, so for testing purposes. Okay. I am going to tie in this one wire. So that means, for testing purposes anyway, I'm going to temporarily just wire this into this one breaker that I have available. You know, so I mean, it'll work. It's not exactly a permanent situation, as you probably could tell, but at least I'll be able to see. But at least I'll be able to get some of these circuits going so I can test it, find out what's going on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this main on. Okay, I'm turning all these breakers to the off position. Well, that one here I don't have to worry about. That one's going to be for the water here, and I've got to run wire to it and everything because I'm moving that water heater. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get this run on so I can test the circuits. All right, so I got electricity coming into this bedroom to that light fixture. Now in here, if this GFI, if I read the power from back here, okay, you know, I'm getting 120 volts somewhere back there, right back in there. And then here in these wires, see, nothing. You get a little something, and not much there either. So, which is strange. I mean, so this is probably a bad GFI for starters. Okay, well, I wouldn't doubt it. Not much has been any good in this place. Okay, so let's tear off this this GFI that I believe is bad. Okay, it's definitely getting power, but you know, nothing coming out of it. And of course I tried resetting it, but of course that didn't do any good. So, you know, leaves me with understanding that it's just a bad GFI. Now, oh. Right. Okay, so what I did here off camera was I went ahead and removed that GFI and just connected everything together. And I got rid of this one wire that was chafing and put it in a box, and I, you know, made a connection here and ran new wire over here through the wall. Okay, and now, okay, see, all my connections are made up in the bathroom, and then over here in this bedroom area. Okay, all I have to do is make some appropriate connections. So this one here, see, that one's hot. Okay, that's my hot wire coming in from the breaker panel, and the others are not hot, so I'm going to connect, see, this one and the yellow together, and then I'll make connections on the others, and everything should be golden. So of course I have to put in studs and everything else here yet, but you know, it's no big deal. That's where I'm at. Okay, well, I got all the breakers in place, and I ran wire for both the range and water heater. And of course, I mean, I've got some other little things here to do. You know, like that receptacle there, that's got to get mounted on the stud. But I did do this one here for outside. That has to get sealed up and everything. But I've been, and of course, anyway, this floor, I don't know, I gotta do something with that floor. But getting there. Also, I've figured out where all the wiring goes. I need to get some different boxes though. Right now though, these are working fine, just to keep the wires in a safe area, you know, connected, so I was able to troubleshoot the wiring system. But yeah, everything's, you know, doing pretty good right here now. It's still coming along slowly but surely.